Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classics as Non-Classic. This is episode number 868 and Doubleshot number 762. Two Marvel trades, both of them kind of sci-fi related. Though the first one definitely is, second one is kind of like that. Alright. First up is The Guardians of the Galaxy by Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. This is their complete collection. By Andy Lanning. Andy Lanning. The Complete Collection. Volume 2. This collects Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2, issues 13 and 25. Pretty much these issues are the Warp Kings and the Realm Kings tie-ins in these issues. Plus, well, in the case of these ones, also before I continue, those of you curious though, why am I starting with Volume 2 instead of Volume 1? Because the story I got this one didn't have Volume 1, so stick with Volume 2. Yep. And I should point out, though, about the first half of this is simply the tie-in for War of Kings. And, yeah, it took up a good boatload of this because, well, Dan Abnett and Lenny actually wrote War of Kings. So, of course, they would have Guardians of the Galaxy tie into it. And, simply put, this is kind of like how they first meet up with the Starjammers. Like, if you just read the main event, if you read the main event of War of Kings, when did the Starjammers meet up with the Guardians? Read this book to find out. The Guardians at this point are not basically the line from the films. From the Guardians of the Galaxy films, nope. The line at this point consisted of Star-Lord, Gamora, Rocket Raccoon, Groot, Drax, Mantis, Cyville, who is known as Marta at this point, Moondragon, Jack Flag, yeah, he actually got killed off. Nick Spencer killed this guy off during his run for Captain America Steve Rogers, and Cosmo the Space Dog. This guy, who is still around this very day, I think his most recent appearance was actually, believe it or not, in the pages of Gary Duggan's Nova run. Yeah, that was his most recent appearance. That was like 4 years ago. Yeah. Of course, you also almost forgot one member. Adam Warlock is part of the group. And about halfway through these issues, he becomes Magnus. Yes, though he doesn't have that awful, that goofy look he had back in the 90s during Infinity War storyline. Yep, those of you fans of Guardians of the Galaxy films and really want to read the source material where that lamp of the Guardians first showed up, technically the first appearance, if you want to get a good start to it, read Annihilation, then read Annihilation Conquest, then read this series. We also have one point, you have certain characters getting aged or de-aged because you have Gamora get turned into a baby, Star-Lord got turned into an old man who is just slightly overweight, and of course the person restoring the proper ages is the guy who's a big time traveler, Kang the Conqueror. And then when of course Gamora at that point gets returned the baby, she basically is butt naked. Yes, who took off my clothes? I thought that was so funny. Oh, those are curious though. What is her outfit here? Is it her outfit from the film? Nope, it's a completely different outfit. Yeah. Also, should point out though, Rocket Raccoon does not wear the outfit he wears in the films. Also, the artwork in here is done by Brad Walker, who does issues 13 and 15, 17, 20, 22, and 25, 16, 18, 19, 23, and 24, done by Wes Craig. The cover of his issues are done by Sal LaRocca and Frank Democrat, issues 13, 15. Episoe Ferry and Frank Democrat, issues 16, 18. 17 is Dan O'Cuna. Alex Gardner does 19, 20, and 22, 25. And Dave Wilkins issues 21. Let him show off these outfits. This is Mantis. Yep. Those of you curious to who created this character, why, it's Steve Englehart, the same guy who created Star-Lord. Drax pretty much is wearing the same outfit he normally does wear. Yeah. And there's two on the top. Okay. The bald-headed woman, that is Moondragon. She's the daughter of Drax Destroyer. And the silver-haired woman, that's Cyville. She's the daughter of the original Captain Marvel. Yeah, this is Marvel. Yeah. And look, here's Adam Warlock, and behind him, that is Gamora. Yes, that is seriously Gamora. Oh yeah, we also have major victory of the original Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, and also they get a chance to meet the original Guardians, the one that made debut back in the '60s. Yeah, and also those of you curious though, what the heck does Star-Lord costume look like this period of time? Well, there he is standing next to Adam Warlock. Yes, that is seriously his outfit during this period of time. Also, I should point out, though, that Cyville and Moondragon are, in fact, a couple. They have been a couple since the end of Peter David's run appeared on Captain Marvel back in early 2000s. Oh, yeah, and this is Star-Lord's helmet. The helmet itself hasn't really changed that much over the years. The only difference is that top portion of the helmet, yeah, that's completely disappeared. Yeah, for some reason, because the film scene apparently doesn't need that. Nope. Doesn't. There's a conversation with the humans in here, and a lot of really good stuff happens here. And then in the pendulum issue of these issues in here, Cyville is killed. And you want to know who her murder is when she's like, "Oh no, not you!" Like anybody but you. Now, anybody who was reading this basically at this point when these issues first came out, like, aren't you supposed to be dead? Didn't Drax actually kill you? Now, those of you curious though, now this group known as the Church Universal, they're basically worshippers of Adam Warlock. They apparently resurrected somebody to be their new martyr. Yeah, and when Cyville is killed, he says, "By the way, you're fired." And who kills her? Thanos! A butt-naked Thanos. Yep. Oh, by the way, how was this Thanos stopped? With the Cosmic Cube, bopping his head. Yep. These are fun set of issues, and I love this era of Guardians. I mean, people do like the Bendis run, which I do appreciate that. But Bendis' run is not where you start when it comes to reading the Guardians of the Galaxy. Start with this era. But I recommend start with Annihilation, then Annihilation of Conquest, read those two events, and then read this entire run. Because I believe this was actually originally collected in about, I think it was about 6 trades originally. And it's good they put these in complete collections. It means you only got to collect just 2 and bam, you're done. Give this book a 10 out of 10. It's really, really good. Yeah, of course, the end of this thing leads into the Thanos Imperative. Yeah, and my guess is the reason why that Thanos was resurrected because he's the only one who could basically take on the Cancerverse. Yep. By the way, not the first time he was resurrected. Nope. The first time he was resurrected was actually back in the 90s. Yes, he got killed off at some point. And he got resurrected in the pages of Silver Surfer. Yeah. Which that's during the has been collecting called Return of Thanos. And he pretty much remained alive up until 2006. He got killed off he got killed at the end of the National Congress. They actually show his sort of death scene here. How he gets killed off? He gets killed by Drax by having his heart ripped out. Yes, he's one of 2 villains who gets his heart ripped out in that event. The other is Annihilus. Of course, that's actually done by frickin' Nova. The rare Nova, right after he killed Quasar right in front of him. Yeah, and of course, Annihilus apparently died. Come back after being dead for 2 years. Got resurrected by Bendis. And then Bendis waited like 2 years to explain the resurrection. And it turns out they actually escaped the Cancerverse. And Richard Rider stayed for about 2 years. 2 more years before he escaped. He's currently back now. He's going to be part of the new line for Guardians of the Galaxy. Alright. Next up is Avengers World. Volume 2 Ascension. Yeah. The Avengers, now this collects Avengers World 6-9 and Avengers Volume 5, number 34.1. The Avengers World issues are written by Nick Spencer. The Avengers 34.1 issue that's written by Al Ewing. Yes, the artwork for the Avengers World issues for issues 6 and 8, it's Marco Cellicchio, and 7 and 9 is done by Silva Casali. Dale Nolan does 34.1. Yeah. Now, these take place at various... Now, I kind of pointed this out to somebody that apparently this series is kind of like an anthology because they keep switching between very different characters. I mean, there's focus on... The character is focused on the Falcon when he finds this place called the Circle. Yeah, it's basically this floating ship, and this agency known as Spear, which is the Chinese version of Shield, and this group called the Ascent. There's also an issue that focuses on Spider-Woman and the Black Knight, which he found a group new version of Euroforce, and she points out to yeah, all members of various countries in Europe, but you're an American. Yeah, but everybody is British. So that's the only reason why he's part of the group. And of course, we also get introduction to the daughter of the swordsman. Yes, the same guy who was the mentor to, of all people, Hawkeye. Yeah, one of his two mentors he actually had. The first issue in here is just a spotlight on Hyperion, which is simply put kind of partial setup for his solo book, and we also the character of Smasher. Yeah, this is just before she become involved, like romantically involved with Cannonball. Yeah, these two got involved and they had a baby together. Yeah, 6 is focused on Hyperion. 7 is focused on the Falcon. Yep. 8 is focused on Hawkeye and Spider-Woman Europe battling a bunch of people, and we also have Night Mask. Yeah, he's a creation of Jonathan Hickman. That's him right there. He's one of 3 Jonathan Hickman characters who show up in this book. The other, of course, is Starbrand. Yep, this Euroforce. And those who are curious though about the female swordswoman, let's see, what's a good pick of her? Oh look, it's Morgan Le Fay. Yeah, this is the daughter of the original swordsman. Yep, that's her. Yeah, this is actually in Rome of all places. I love the fact how the artwork basically draws the whole thing of Morgan Le Fay being a smoking hot woman. Which that is appreciated because, well, she is smoking hot. Let's see. That's not it. Let's see. 8, I believe, is focused on. I think it's Cannonball. I think it is, right? Yeah. 9 is focused on Cannonball and Sunspot. Okay. 8 is focused on Euroforce. 7, of course, is Falcon, and of course, the last issue is Cannonball and Sunfire. The Hyperion issue, my guess is the reason why Al Ewing wrote it is because, well, I think he kind of knew that this particular character has potential to have his own ongoing series, and he did have one in 2015, which got canceled after 6 issues. Yep, this Hyperion got its own solo book, and it was axed after 6 issues. I'm not kidding about that. It seriously was. The story is that Hyperion is helping out a local law enforcement dealing with a kidnapped child who was kidnapped by a villain known as the Mauler, who was a character who got his abilities from an issue of Iron Man, Matt Fraction's Iron Man from issue 513. Yep. And yeah, he kidnaps this kid who thinks this is his child. Turns out actually is not his kid at all. As for who this kid's parents are, never revealed. He just returns the kid, Molly goes to jail, simple as that. It's a great little standalone, it's a great little spotlight, it's a great little solo outing for Hyperion. I mean, in the case of Hickman, he probably knew he had a good character when he created this guy back when he started his run for Avengers. And of course, he did also create the character of Izzy, aka Smash, who created her. He created like 4 characters who appeared during the Avengers run. Hyperion, the current Smasher, who were the other 2? Oh yeah, Starbrand and Nighthawk, which those 2 got their own spin-off book, along with this guy. In the case of Izzy, aka Smasher, she also had potential to have her own solo book with Cannonball as a supporting character, because, well, he's her boyfriend, and these 2 later had a kid together, which they named their child after his late brother Josh, who got killed off during Chris Jost and Craig Cowles run for New X-Men. Mm-hmm. This overall, of course, is really, really good. I highly recommend Avengers World because this is basically a spin-off of Avengers. Yep. And this was launched in the aftermath of Infinity. Yeah, Infinity. Great book, 9.5 out of 10. Highly recommended, people fans of Avengers. Yep. And I kind of wish this series was still around. But the main story of this book was actually wrapped up with issue 14. Yep. Excuse me. Yeah, that's the thing about this particular book. Was that the storyline happened in this book was wrapped up in issue 14. 15 and 16 feel like bonus issues because, well, they kind of were, even though that they were tie-ins to Axis. And then the remaining issue was part of that Time Runs Out storyline, which also was going on the pages of Avengers and New Avengers. Just too bad this ended this ended like 4 years ago, this was. Yeah, this ended just prior to the Secret Wars. Yep, so that's particularly it for this particular review. I have no other video planned for today. Tomorrow, I've got at least one video I think I've got planned for tomorrow. I might have a comic corner planned for tomorrow, so I might have overall maybe 2 videos planned for tomorrow. A manga review and a comic corner. And that's it. That's all I got planned for tomorrow. Okay? But until I see you in the next review, bye.